Hey guys, finally we're back out for another adventure, a quick overnight. When I say quick, I mean it's 4 in the afternoon. My kids are at their mom's, but they have a 3-day camp out that they have to leave for tomorrow morning. And that means I have to leave early from this camp out in order to pick them up and get them to their camp out. So needless to say, we are close to home. I couldn't go too far away because of my time limitation, but I've been dying to get out, and finally I can, even if it's just for a super fast overnight. Scraps is with me. He doesn't like sleeping overnight. I didn't have it in me to leave him all alone at home. Temperature right now is about 70 degrees and there's a nice cool breeze blowing through. Feels really good. He keeps looking back to make sure I'm coming with, even though we're tethered together. Getting old. Scraps is 14 this year. Yeah, maybe 13. Can't remember if it was 2012 or 2013 that he was born. We move a little slower these days for him. He's got a little bit of arthritis in his front shoulder, but he's doing all right. He loves his walks. I'm carrying quite a bit of weight, and that's because I usually do when I come up here, simply because it's not that far of a hike, so why not bring extra items? But the main reason I'm carrying more weight is because I've decided on this trip to pack all my water in. So I've got a 2-liter water bladder full of water. I've got another 32-ounce Nalgene bottle full of water and a 25-ounce aluminum water bottle. That's because I need water for me and for Scraps here. And the water source isn't that far away, but because I'm short on time, I didn't want to spend a bunch of it running back and forth filtering water. It's heavy. Water weighs a lot. Come on. This is such a beautiful, shady hike. Pretty easy one. It's hard not to film it. Just by way of information, this may or may not look familiar if you've watched my videos before. Especially the viewers that have been here longer. Right up through this meadow is my secret spot that I'll probably never go to again. So, Pine Tree is how I remember, right above this meadow. It's way up in there, but just something fun to point out, I guess. You ready, bud? He's so confused, he doesn't know why I keep stopping. Or why I keep going back for the camera. Back and forth. Almost there. I can see the meadow. Aren't too many people up here for a Sunday evening. It's a perfect time to hike, especially in these temperatures. Down below at my house, yesterday was 90 and today only 72. about the same up here, I guess. Well, this is it. This is home for the night. Might look familiar. Might not. I think there were some people at the other campsite that exists up here. It's an abandoned campground. So that's kind of the one I wanted. So I will have to figure this out because I'll be setting up a tent. I've hung my hammock here before between these two trees. The tent I have is kind of large. There's a place up in there, but I also want to make it obvious here that I'm occupying this area. Just a brief tour because I've shown this before, and every time I come here some a-hole has chopped or pushed something down, like this tree. Looks like it had some weak roots and someone pushed it over. Yeah, I can hear voices over there for sure. Here's the fire pit. Won't be having a fire in the traditional sense. That's A, because we're in a pretty serious drought right now. And B, because I brought a little wood burning stove that burns twigs, all these little twigs everywhere. And C, because the main source of firewood up here is scrub oak. And it doesn't burn very well. It smolders more than it burns. So unless you bring up your own firewood, you might be disappointed in the results you get. Here's my pack. This is my Osprey 65 liter, I believe. I took off the top portion. Didn't need it. It comes with this inner foldable flap. So if you want to take off the top pocket, you can, and that's what I did. So there's quite a bit of gear in here. Let's unload it, figure out what we're going to do next. There you go, buddy. Okay, show and tell time. We got the Snugpak jungle blanket that's going under me and over my sleep pad here. It's just a sit pad. This is my 30-degree down quilt that's going over me in my sleep. This is a brand new tent. I just posted a video a little while back about this. It's the Nature Hike Deben 2, and this is its first outing outside of my backyard. I've got an inflatable pillow. This is my pack I already talked about. It's the Atmos AG65 from Osprey. Glasses case. This is something new I'll be showcasing. This is a 3300 lumen flashlight from Nitecore. This is my charging bank, so I can bring you fine folks this video. Dog leash. This is something new. I've never even opened it. This is a gift from my buddy Joe. It's the Wise Owl Outfitters tarp. I'll be setting it up and having a look at it. I don't really need it for practical reasons on this trip, but I really wanted to bring it to set it up and see what it's all about. This is my Mora backpacking knife, small one. Sharpening stone. These are, what do you call them, fairy lights, pixie lights, whatever, for the inside of my tent. Maybe the outside, depends on how I feel tonight. GoPro for time-lapse videos. This is the stove we'll be using. Bear spray, probably won't need it. Always bring it. Probably use it on a person before I'll ever use it on an animal. water, more water, and I have more water that I'll show you in a minute. Camping journal. This is pretty cool. I showed this in my Antelope Island trip. My son's girlfriend gave this to me for Christmas, or was it my birthday? It was my birthday. Anyway, maybe it was Christmas. I can't remember. Sorry, guys. Very cool. This is the entry I made from my Antelope Island trip. If you haven't seen that video, I'll post the link below. So this is officially the second trip of the year. Didn't really make any notes. There wasn't much noteworthy in there. It was just a fun trip. I met a guy named Colby. He now follows me on Instagram. And by the way, my Instagram is on the screen. And we will fill out a new journal entry for this camp. And we'll just keep bringing this and filling it out each time we get out. Over here we have my cook pot. The only thing in there is my camp towel and a bunch of paracord that I may or may not need. This is my cup, obviously, my spork. This is something new I'll be showcasing. It's a wind meter. Let's see, turn on, there we go. So it's got a little fan and it measures the miles per hour of the wind. You can change it to kilometers out per hour or even knots, whatever you're using it for. Shows that it's 70.3 degrees. This is the dog's dish. I already gave him water. I did not bring dog food. That is because he won't eat it when we go camping. He just won't touch it. It just sits there. And the last time I brought it, he left it and raccoons got into it. So this little guy's going to probably share some of my dinner. He's going to eat. He's just not going to eat dog food. Speaking of that, this is all of the food that we need, probably more than we need. I always bring a little extra, my beanie to sleep in if I need it. I doubt it. And this is my fire kit, first aid kit, and hygiene kit, all in one bag. And that pretty much covers it. Now, over here, we have the rest of our water. 2 more liters of fresh, clean water from my kitchen sink. We'll be using that as well. Between the 3 containers, I've got plenty of water for a quick overnight. This is my sun shirt with a hood, and this is my puffer coat for later today. And that's pretty much it. That's the camp out. Right now, I've got to find a spot and set up my tent. I'm hoping I can do it just right here. This flat area right here looks good, but I'm not sure if it's big enough. I'm thinking it might have to be up in those trees. I don't know. I'm gonna have to scout it out. Look for a spot. Got Scraps off the leash. He's just relaxing. I said his name, so he has to get up. And yeah, that's it. That's it for now. Let's find a spot for this tent for sure and get it set up. Okay, I've kind of scouted around and it looks like the best place is where I've hung my hammock before. The area anyway. I've hung my hammock right down there between those 2 trees. But this is it's not really flat. I mean, we are on a mountainside, so it looks to me like this is the best spot for our tent. And I'm gonna have to sleep a little bit uphill. Not much I can do about that. Just not seeing a really good flat spot. That looked promising up in there, but when I got up in there, it was very like this. I don't really want to sleep on that, so yeah, that's the best we're gonna do. This looked okay, but I just don't think it's big enough, and I don't know, there's this big knot in the way, and that's our best spot right over there. So let's set it up. Should we put the tent up, buddy? Get it. Get the toy. Kill it. Kill the bad guy. Okay, there she is. Set up a lot better than it was in my yard. If you see that video, I set it up kind of saggy. I didn't put all the stakes in, I just wanted a basic idea in that video. So there's the look at the whole thing. And all I've got in there is my sleep pad and my jungle blanket and quilt and pillow. You can see how roomy it is in there. I'll worry about making the bed when it gets closer to bedtime. One thing I forgot to mention is I brought my little trail camera with me. Hopefully I don't forget it and leave it here. I've done that before and had to hike all the way back for it. Pretty good little camera. One night that I spent up here with my kids that I didn't film, we were inundated with raccoons. And they got hold of his food. They got in my backpack and got into our food, stole a bunch of granola bars, and ran off into those weeds over there. So who knows what kind of visitors we'll get tonight. Wouldn't you know it, it was the one time I thought, we won't bother to hang our food. Why bother? There's just birds around here, which isn't true. There's moose and well, there hasn't been a bear sighting up here in ages, but you never know. Anyway, I wasn't worried about anything getting into our food, and I didn't think of the smaller critters like raccoons. There was a whole family, a big mama and a bunch of babies, and they had spread our food everywhere. So yeah, I'm not making that mistake ever again. That was a rookie mistake for a guy who's been doing this for years. That was stupid. I just got lazy. We were tired. We went off to bed. I think it was the other campsite. And speaking of that other campsite, while I was setting up the tent, a couple came up to me, young couple, saying that they may have left her phone here, but I heard them hanging out at that campsite, so I sent them that way. I said, if you can't find it, feel free to look around here. I've looked around here. They didn't come back. As they walked by, I said, did you find it? They said no. So just for kicks, we'll walk over to the other available campsite. We're gonna see if we can spot her phone. Haven't been too many people wandering by. This main road here attracts a lot of mountain bikers, and only seen one. Such a beautiful day. So the other site is right over here. This used to be a fully functioning campground ages ago. I have many videos filmed up here, and that's just because it's close by, easy to get to. So let's go peek up here. You coming, bud? And they knocked down a tree in this site too. Let's see. Yeah, I think they tried to make a fire. These little twigs burn okay, but the big logs sure don't. Under the table, maybe? It's not on the table. See, this is the site that I probably should have come to, but they were over here and I didn't want to disturb anyone. This is a perfect spot for a tent. This is the one where we were inundated with raccoons. There's tent space up here too, and this is where we were set up. Meanwhile, the raccoons tore into our stuff down here. Don't see a phone anywhere. Just thought I'd double check for them just in case. It can be upsetting to lose a phone. All right, back to camp. She must have dropped it somewhere else on the trail, which really sucks. Wish I'd found it for her. Okay, now that the tent is set up, let's see what time it is. Yeah, 5:18. That's not bad. So I think what I'll do is organize this a little better. Then we'll have dinner. That's probably your favorite part, huh? Yeah. Oh, what a good boy. So it just occurred to me while we were looking for that phone over here at this other campsite that that couple left a pretty good bundle of small twigs that are just right for my little cook stove. All right, let's see what's for dinner. You guessed it, an MRE, menu 12, elbow macaroni in tomato sauce. It's always fun to see what's in these. There's our main course, smoked almonds. Hallelujah, peanut butter, not cheese, which means it probably comes with strawberry jam, peanut butter and jam. Bread, mini loaf, sliced whole wheat. Mini loaf, I've never had that. Feels like there's a couple of pieces in there so you can actually have a proper PB&J sandwich. Oh, mango peach applesauce. That sounds delicious. I'll probably start with that. And a chocolate drink protein powder. Excellent. These are really good. They're like drinking pudding. Really delicious. And our heating element. We'll see if it works. If it doesn't, I'll have to boil some water. That's why I set the stove up in case I had to tuck the bag into the water and warm it up that way. I have a spoon and our accessory pack, toilet paper, Splenda, crushed red peppers, gum, Bill's Brew, coffee, creamer, sugar, towelette, and salt. All right, that's everything. That's everything that's in there. And I will just use the spoon they gave me. While that's getting ready, let's try the peach mango applesauce. Want some? That was really good. Very flavorful. Tastes exactly like it describes. I can taste the apple, the peach, and the mango. Go away, Ant. Go. All right, next we're gonna have the peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I'm pretty hungry. I haven't eaten all day. So yeah, check this out. I've never seen this. It's legitimately 2 pieces of bread, and it's not that crappy bread they usually give you. There we go. Kind of disturbing, but it is what it is. Jam. This bread is amazing. This is actual slices of wheat bread. It's not that thick, difficult stuff that they usually give you that's shaped like bread. Want some? That may be the best PB&J in the wild that I've ever had. As delicious as all of this is, some of you are probably wondering, what about your poor dog? You just heard me say dog. I did not come unprepared. He won't eat dog food when we camp, so I brought something else for him. These are quite delicious, by the way. Hey, buddy. Here. Yum. As far as the rest of my food goes that I haven't shown you yet, where that came from, I have these for scraps. I have a little oatmeal and some squeezed peanut butter for breakfast. I thought I would be coming up here in time for lunch, so I brought this lentil stew MRE leftover from a civilian MRE. That's just coming back home with me. But I also would like to have some tropical punch. It says to add it to 12 ounces of water. I've got 16 here. Close enough. It's not as sweet as I thought it would be. It's kind of a little bit bitter. Maybe it's because there's too much water, but I don't know. That didn't have very much flavor. It tastes like Kool-Aid powder before you put the sugar in a little bit. I'll live. I've had better. That's what she said. She actually did. I also have some Cliff Bars in here and some pistachios. What is this? Energy bar. Just a variety of things to choose from in case I should want them later. That was good, huh? You're welcome. Yeah, that was tasty. I don't know where I'd be without Scraps. He's been with me through some very dark times and has been a better companion than any human I know. But he's getting up there in age, and I'm gonna have my heart broken sooner or later. One of the trials of owning a dog. Let me put all this mess away, and then we will look at our tomato macaroni thing. See if it heated through. I hope so. It's warm. Meh. It's not super warm, but it's soft and mushy, and I'll eat it like that. Nope. That looks disgusting. I have to heat this in water. There's no way around it. Here's what we will do. See, that looks a lot better. Want some? It tastes like SpaghettiOs, except spicy, because I dumped all those red pepper flakes into the mix. It's good, it's hearty, it just tastes like canned pasta. So the plan now, I'm just going to take these almonds home and put them in my collection for when I'm in the mood for almonds. I'm going to keep the protein powder for breakfast. It'll go well with the oatmeal and peanut butter. And I think we'll take a nighttime hike, an evening and nighttime hike. I want to test out the new flashlight in a forest setting with no light pollution. I made a separate video for that that'll be coming out eventually. And yeah, and we'll just relax around camp and call it a night. I always bring a couple of Ziplocs so I can use them for water retention or garbage. It took me forever to find some rocks to put in a little bag, but I got it up there. Should be raccoon proof. This battery's finally about to die, so I'm gonna throw it on the charger and wait for a nighttime hike. See you in a bit. Scraps is all hunkered down for the night. He thinks we're just done. Every time I stand up, he thinks we're leaving. There's still a few lingering people over that way in the meadow, which is really surprising this time of night. It's 9 p.m. I've decided that before I do my little nighttime hike to test out the flashlight, I'm going to have a little fire for comfort and warmth. I've gathered more firewood, mostly from this quaking aspen that's been here for a while. I noticed at the other camp someone had pushed one down over there too, so that they can have something to sit on, I guess. Anyway, I got the bear bag hung, as you saw, and still have to bring it down so I can put things like this away. I've got sunscreen, toothpaste, soap. So yeah, that's gonna attract animals. But I wanted to wait until I could put away my fire kit too. I am gonna have to get up at like probably 5 and at the latest 6 and hike out of here. Doesn't take that long to hike out, but I have to pick my kids up at 8 so they can meet with their group to go camping at 9. And it's about a half-hour drive from here to my house once I'm back at the car. About a half-hour walk. So that's an hour. If I get up at 5 and I have breakfast and I may only have that protein shake for breakfast now that I think about it. And then pack up and leave. There's not going to be too much to the morning on this camp out just because of my time restrictions. Let's have a fire and just relax and enjoy what's left of the evening. It's dusky out here. The sun has gone down. Let's have a campfire, buddy. You want to go home. He hates camping at night. Look how scared he is. This is the last one I'll take you on, buddy. I'm sorry. You see what our temperature is? 51.9. It's going to be a chilly night. There's no wind blowing through it right now. It's pretty chilly. And as you can see, I've put the beanie on and the puffer coat. It's definitely cooled off. How's that for a fire? If you haven't seen this before, this is a wood gas stove. It kind of circulates the air in an unusual way and creates almost like a gas stove effect. Except you can't turn down the burner. Wow. It's like a portable fire pit. Somebody brought firewood up here at some point because there's a piece of pine bark right here, and there's no pine around here. It's all scrub oak and quaking aspen, so maybe that'll smell good. I find this to be really meditative and peaceful. Every time I've come up here, most times I've come up here, I brought this little stove, and something I can't explain, but it's really relaxing to sit here and feed this little fire. Well, as you can or cannot see, it's very dark out here. I burned a good portion of the wood over that way that you can't see. So here's my lowest setting on this. We're gonna turn on the trail camera at this point. So this is the lowest setting. Next one up. Next. And finally 3,300 lumens. What I want to do is go down the trail to the meadow and shine it into the meadow and see how far it reaches. Come on, buddy. Hopefully Scraps is okay with a little bit of a night hike. We will light our way with this. I have a headlamp that's 1,200 lumens. It's a really good one. But I'm doing this just for testing purposes. So that way is the way we came in. This trail here. And then back this way is the meadow. You can kind of see it that way. So this is the second setting. Pretty bright. Okay, we're approaching the meadow. There is someone down that way with a flashlight. Here's the meadow. Alright, here's the lowest setting. Can't see too much. Second setting. Pretty good. Now with the naked eye I can see more than the camera can, but third setting. You can see the trees way over there. And finally the highest. My camera's having a hard time focusing on that. Let's try this. Okay, so this camera is not handling the nighttime or the extreme bright light, but I can tell you I can see well into those trees all the way across the meadow. Sorry, it's a blurry picture. Oh, wow. That is pretty impressive. Oh, I was wrong. That's the highest setting. See if the camera will adjust here. There we go. So now you can see all those trees over there. Pretty crazy. So if I get up to pee in the night, I'm going to feel pretty secure considering I can see absolutely everything in the forest. Looking back towards camp, you can see the trail. You can see all the way up there. Pretty amazing. Very cool. All right, let me turn this down. One thing about the highest setting is it gets very hot. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you look off that way, you might be able to see that flashlight in the trees. So somebody's up there. See a lot of movement. Ooh, that's a good one. Look at that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I think Scraps feels a little better about walking when he can actually see where he's going. Didn't see any eyes looking back at me in the trees, so that's good. See really well. All right, back to camp. All right. Well, I'm in the tent, nice and cozy. Scraps is too, he's right down there. I've got my fairy lights on the outside of the tent, which is kind of nice. It creates kind of a soft glow on the inside when this light's off. That's just my headlamp, using it for a tent light. GoPro's on the charger, water if I need it. Hopefully tonight will be peaceful. I won't have any critters attack whatever's left on the table. Nothing edible, nothing they would be interested in, I don't think. But if there are raccoons around here, they tend to be pretty curious creatures, so hard to say. Anyway, it's 10 p.m. I have to get up at 5. So I'm actually going to sleep in a little until maybe 5:45. But I never sleep really well in the mountains by myself or with other people. It's just not being in a familiar place, in your own bed, in your own house. I never sleep 100% well. Once in a while, but not very often. The morning will be very short because all I'll have time to do is make breakfast, pack up, and head out. But I will film some of the hike out because I'm going out a different way than I came in. So, good night, guys. I'll see you in the morning. Hey, good night, Crappy. Over here. All right. See you guys. Well, good morning, guys. I heard a big clang about 1:40 in the morning over here. Sounded like my pot got moved or my lid or something. So I don't know if I caught anything on the trail camera or not. If so, then I guess I probably already put it in the video. So I slept really rough. Just tossed and turned a lot, mostly because I'm used to being awake at night 5 nights a week. My brain wouldn't stop, and I had a song running through my head all night. And if it's that important, it was Mad World, but not the original Tears for Fears version. Sorry. It was that mellow version that came out a while ago. I'm not sure who the artist was. I'll put it up here on the screen. But for some stupid reason, it was playing through my head. Scraps is very concentrated on, of course, as soon as I start filming him. Yeah, see? He keeps hearing something over that way. Where our bear bag is. I need to go get it. It is 5:40 in the morning. 5 minutes before my alarm goes off, actually. I don't know what he hears. It's pretty chilly, actually. 41.3 degrees. No wind. Thank goodness, because it'd be pretty cold if there was a breeze blowing right now. That's driving me nuts. The thing is off center. OCD. Plan is just to have breakfast and pack up and head out. So whatever he's staring at off that direction, I'm gonna head over there and get the food down. Well, it's still there. He's making me nuts. He's just watching up in those trees. He hears something. I had to get up in the night and put away the fire kit and the hygiene and all that stuff. I forgot to put it away, so I threw it back in the bear bag. And in the process, being half awake, you can see what I did to my stringage here. Okay, that's better. I swear that lid was laying flat. I heard it and I shined my light over here immediately. And I think it scared whatever it was off. And I didn't hear anything the rest of the night, so I don't think it came back, but who knows? What a mess. There's a strange noise that I've heard for years up here, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if you guys can hear it. But it's kind of a dull, thudding, almost sounds like a motor trying to start. And it's happened up here for years. It's over and over and over, day and night. I heard it all night long. I've heard it all day long. I've heard it for years. I don't know what it is. That was quick, huh? I've decided I am going to have the oatmeal just because it's kind of chilly this morning. Be nice to have a warm meal, and then I'll have the protein shake with it. Get that on there straight. Now, the reason I put this in the bag is because it had that fruit punch in it, and as much as I rinsed it out, it still smelled fruity. I didn't want to risk attracting anything into camp. There's our garbage, which means the next thing to come out. Come on, man. Filming one-handed. The next thing to come out is sausage for scraps and breakfast for me. Is it dirty? I tried to hand it to you, put it in the dirt. I didn't. Here. There. Don't put it in the dirt. There's nowhere clean to eat. Come here. Right there. Right there. Okay, looks like we have a boil. It's enough for the oatmeal. Doing this one-handed is ridiculous. I think I added too much water. That's okay. I'll drink it. This says that we need to add 8 ounces of water and shake it up. But I'm fresh out. What I'm going to have to do is put the rest of it, or whatever will fit, in this bottle. That's what's left of our water. As you can see, that was about perfect. That's how much is left now. A couple ounces. I was really hoping that would thicken up more, but that's not too bad, is it? Still some steam coming off that. First, the oatmeal. Want some? Scraps thinks I was telling him want some. I tell you, adding peanut butter to that, it's awesome. Source of protein, adds a lot of flavor, thickens it up. Of course, if you're allergic to peanuts, you might not want to try that. Look at my hands from the stove. Good thing I brought soap. I have a little bit of water left to wash with. Well, that oatmeal was really filling. Look at my hands. It's so gross. So I've got these Celsius Energy packets, blueberry lemonade. So this will give me the boost I need to get out of here and drive home, and I think I might have time to take a shower before I pick up my kids. There's a couple of things they need from the store for their trip anyway, and I don't want to walk in the store looking like this. So I'm gonna have this instead. And that'll about do it for this trip. Like I said, the morning isn't very exciting. Most of it's gonna be the hike out. So what I'm gonna do now is roll a little time lapse and let you watch me clean up this disaster of a camp. Sure has been fun though. Has had a good time for sure. Anyway, I'm thirsty and sleepy. Ooh, gotta hit the spot. Whew, tart. It is 6:26 a.m. A half hour to clean up, probably less, and maybe a half hour to hike out. I don't think I'll have time to shower. Anyway, bleh. And I'm out of water. This is the last of it. It's now got flavoring in it. Look how dirty my cup is getting. Anyway. Alright guys, let's clean this mess up. Okay, that is it. It is 7 a.m. on the nose. I got everything in there. And I won't be carrying all that water or as much food. I'm going to fill this out a little more. I filled it out somewhat earlier in the camp, but I have more to say now that camp is over. I've got his leash out, ready to go. The book will fit right here. Then we'll buckle it in and we're good to go. Let's just do a sweep. So I already got the line out of the tree for the bear bag. Got the water bag down. Nothing back here because we weren't back here. But this is where our tent was. I let the stove cool down, of course, and put it away. Let's leave these for the next person and kind of clean up our mess here. Well, it's not perfect. There's a little bit of scraping. And that's it. Everything is off the table. Nothing is under the table. Nothing over here. Ready to go home? Should we go for a ride? Go for a walk? And then go for a ride? He's dying to get out of here. And on the way out, I'll just film some of the scenery. I won't talk. I'll just film. Thank you for joining me for another adventure, guys. I'm Utah Steve. Do yourselves a favor. Get off the couch. Get outside in nature and have yourself an adventure. The views are spectacular. And we'll see more of those on the way out. And if you can't get off the couch, if you can't get outside in nature, for for whatever reason, come along with me. I could use the company. See you in the next adventure, guys. Let's go, buddy. Something big walking around over there. Oh, it's deer. A couple of deer. Look, look, look. No.